Good morning, everybody. This is Johnny S with another R6 motovlog. Today, beautiful day in Greece. Weather is nice and clear. It's not too hot, which is good. It's kind of, cool. Again, we're not wearing any extra gear. In today's topic, we're going to continue our discussion about some job experiences. I don't know if we're going to talk about, only one job or a few. These are like smaller jobs, shorter period jobs, let's say. So maybe an introduction, yeah. So my name is John, 44 years old, man with a kid, living in Greece, grew up in Australia. A big portion of my life grew up in Australia, and I've got a YouTube channel lately, which is involving around bikes and games, and in general we're doing some discussions. So that's a little bit background about me. My bike, Yamaha R6 2006-2007 model, Raven Black Edition, and today is one of these days again that I'm very tired. Didn't get a good amount of sleep, unfortunately. Yesterday there was a critical issue at work where I had to work like, late, sort of late, outside of the usual working hours. So there was a critical issue, and the customer, as these were production systems, we had to resolve it relatively quick. Also, another thing to mention is I think we fixed the sound, which is fucking awesome. the audio sound from the GoPro, which is good. So yesterday, there was an issue, so I finished work, I went home, and then I started working again. I finished around 11 something. I didn't have much time to sit around. My little boy was whinging, and he was crying, Dad, you work a lot and this and that. I've got no problem, doing these things. It's like I said, this is probably a message to my son when he grows up and he watches these videos, and in general to possibly young kids. I'm going to say it a little bit, not very nice. Don't be fucking lazy cunts. Don't be lazy cunts in your life. Learn to fucking work. Work is not a bad thing. Working and for people to take abuse and undervalue yourself is a bad thing. So, make sure you don't undersell yourself, but learn to work, you know what I mean? And that's why I say in life nothing is by luck, you know what I mean? Even the jobs that I went through, even the jobs that people undervalued me and they abused me, whatever, but it's all part of growing up. And that's why I said especially, younger kids, where you need to learn to be able to work, you know what I mean? Physical work. There's a saying in Greece, which says, "Η δουλειά κάνει τον άντρα." It's an old saying. It means work makes a man. And, it does hold true. I believe it to be so. So yesterday at work, okay, it's not an everyday thing, you know what I mean? And that's another thing that I will say about having a good employer that shows respect to you and shows, like my work that I have now, you know what I mean? I've got a good communication. The guys appreciate me, you know what I mean? They love me, I love them. It's as simple as that. You just gotta be fucking human. You gotta understand that you're there to produce something. You cannot be just a fucking weight of society, a leech. Fucking just give me, just shut the fuck up. What are you giving back? You know what I mean? You gotta fucking work. You gotta give something to the society. If you do that and nobody appreciates it, or if you do give something and they don't think it's good or they undervalue it, then it's a different story. I understand that. But to expect things, I'm expecting this, I'm expecting that, you know, give me a lot of younger generation kids have that notion, you know what I mean? They have, and they give a not so nice feeling out there, which is like you owe them something. Nobody owes you nothing. You gotta take what you want in life. You know what I mean? Otherwise, if somebody hands out something to you, think about it this way. Let's say somebody hands out, you know, something that you think that you deserve. There's no value in that. There's no value in that. Somebody just gave it, open-handedly. Yeah, okay, what did you do to acquire it? And if you live like in life, also at some point you might get the feeling, a lot of people get that feeling, of did I deserve this? You know what I mean? Did I deserve this? Was this given to me rightfully? Whether if you learn to work in life, you're not going to have that doubt. You know what I mean? The jobs, one of these short, I might call it my short-term jobs, yeah, because I don't want to bore everybody and go through jobs. I had quite a few jobs. Like I said, I think one day I had counted them and it was like 14, 13 something jobs. No, it's a lot of jobs. Okay, I might call them short-term jobs. So one of these, and the life lesson to take away from this is nothing more than jobs are hard, circumstances are hard, learn to accept them, learn to work, don't be a lazy cunt. Things are not always what you want them to be or what they seem to be. Is this guy gonna turn? No. Okay. And do it to the best of your ability. If you do see that someone is undervaluing you, it's not their fault, it's your fault. Yeah, and possibly a message to the employees. Yeah, why not? Let's we forgot the employees. To the employees, any unethical fucking employees out there, learn from my current employer. I work at a company now which is fucking awesome, you know what I mean? Learn from, like, what did I do yesterday? Fuck yeah. Sorry about that, guys. If I see the road open, I gotta do it. What happened yesterday, you know what I mean? There was a critical problem. I went and first of all, I took ownership of it. It's not like, John, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. No, I took my own thing of what do I have to do. This. Okay, let's do it. I opened the case with support, high criticality, which means I gotta be 24/7 on standby on a call. I gave them my phone number. They called me up in the afternoon. I explained to them, give me some time to get home. I went home. I took a small break, greeted my child, worked. No problem, no nothing. You know what I mean? Up to 11 fucking o'clock. Why? Because I like my job. I am interested in fixing and resolving things that have to do with the IT environment. So that's one thing. And the second thing is when your boss is behaving good to you, you want to behave good back to your boss. You know what I mean? So my boss literally had nothing to do with me, nothing to tell me, do it, don't do it. You know what I mean? I let them know, I go, guys, I gotta do this, you know what I mean? What do you think? Do it? Yeah, like, okay, that's it. You know what I mean? It's the way you're going to do things. I had other bosses which in a smart-ass way, it's like, John, you know you gotta be on call standby, right? Huh? It's part of your job. Don't fucking say it like that. If you're going to say it like that, that's what I'm saying. It's very fine little things. You don't talk to your employee as if he's a little fucking child. You know what I mean? Let him do it his way. Let him take fucking ownership on his time. Maybe he's a little bit slower than what you wanted as an employee, as an employer to do it. Fuck it. Let him do it. He will do it much better, much ergonomic, without needing to worry and tell him and all this. That's it. That's my only advice to the employees. You know what I mean? And if you see somebody that does do this and is a very friendly character, he's an honest person, an ethical person, don't undervalue him. Don't undervalue the character of your employee, based on his knowledge. The knowledge is something that can change, it can vary quite easily. So don't overly focus on that area. So now the jobs. One of the jobs is I used to work at a packaging factory. They made like packages for different things, like paper bags, shit like that. My dad was there, and that was my summer job. So in order for me to make some summer money, that was the initial incentive. So to the parents, that's another good hit. Try to get your kid to want to do things, and one of the way to get them to do things is by telling them that, you know, if you want to be you know, independent, you have to have your money, and you know, try to get them involved in the process. It's good to have your money. What happens if you have a chicken you want to take her out? You're going to be asking us for cash all the time. So start like that as a parent. Start like that, and slowly you will get more to the responsibility thing, that like I did, where I was actually giving my money to my parents. But don't start straight away like that. Don't approach your kid with, oh, we got no money, we got needs, we need you to help us. And no, if you do it like that, you're gonna fucking fuck up your psychology. Start with, it's a good fucking thing to work for your independence as a guy, and it's very attractive, you know what I mean? Try to get, at least for the boys, I'm talking for the boys because I'm a boy and I've got a boy. For the girl it might be different, but at least for a boy, try to get him across of, you know, for a man it's nice to work and increase your value, and it's very attractive to the women in your life that you want to get, you know what I mean? Because women look for stability, they look for character, they look for security, you know what I mean? So the more independent you are, the more attractive you're gonna be. Even like that, approach it from that way. So one of the jobs was the paperback factory. It was a difficult job, you know, and we did it. What did I learn from all these short-term jobs, all this repetitiveness jobs where you work on a production line? Basically, I was, you know, just packaging. There was a huge machine which produced paperbacks, and I used to take them and put them on pallets and shit. That's like 8-hour thing of continuously doing this and clack, Now all these repetitive jobs teach you to harness your energy. They teach you to manage your how can I say it, your energy, not to get tired. They also help you and teach you mentally to zone out on specific things, detach one's mind from body, in a sense. That's the only thing that they teach you, you know what I mean? And to fucking work and not whinge. Another job was like again summer part-time job, was on a TV repair shop. Again, another lesson for here is, if you're not sure of how jobs work, don't be scared, you know what I mean? Don't be scared to, how can I say it, don't be scared to try things. Don't be You know, like when I went to that job, the guy was telling me, do you know how to do this? I used to tell him, I've not done it before, but it can be hard. It should be easy because I've done this and this and this, you know what I mean? So be like confident, I would say. That job teach me confidence. So it was a TV repair shop. I had no fucking idea. I mean, I started electronic engineering, fair enough, but you know, I never had any practical component. And that also helped me with my studies, because when you study and you're young, you learn a lot of things, okay, but you do have in the back of your mind a notion of, okay, and how to apply this in the industry. It's like you're just learning things, but they're not practiced, you know what I mean? So these jobs helped me because I put what I learned to practice, and I said, you know, it give me confidence, more confidence. So be confident to begin with, approach the job with confidence, and you will gain even more confidence, you know what I mean? Another lesson about these jobs here, especially that TV repair stuff, which I had no idea, you know what I mean, but I just copied what the other guy did. And I got to a stage where I was able to repair televisions, big CRT TVs. Back then there was no TFT TVs, there were all these huge TVs. I used to repair them, open them up, test the resistances. There were like weird electronic things, you know what I mean, circuit board repair, you know, solder, unsolder things. There were all these things that I used to repair. I repaired the VCRs, so a lot of video, what do you call them? A lot of videos, things like that. The other thing that I repaired were other electrical appliances. There were stereos, there were, you know, Wi-Fi's, whatever the fuck you want to call them. There were even some fridges. People were bringing in fridges, microwaves, so more of an electrical appliance rather than electrical. I mean, they're all electrical appliances. I mean, I learned how to fix all this shit. It was one shop and he did all that. It was called something like electrical repairs. I can't remember the name. And another nice thing to teach and to let everybody know is, because I've done all these jobs, because I went through all these different testing stages, let's say, I kind of realized that an important lesson is, don't think that it's too difficult. Almost 90% of things in my life, with a few exceptions, like in my job now, there are a couple of complex, let's say, mechanics, you know what I mean? But 90% of the things that I've learned in my life, they're quite simple. They're quite simple, you know what I mean? And that's another thing that I have sometimes in my mind. When even to this job, when I speak with someone, they will say, you know, we gotta do this, and then I will turn back and speak to them, and they'll say, so it's basically that and that. I like to simplify things. I like to be more straight with the way that I speak, and I don't do it to show that I know more, you know what I mean? I just do it because this is how I best manage it. This is how it makes sense for me. So that was one of the jobs that teach me those things that we just mentioned. Let's go up this way a little bit. So that was the technical VCR job. Another job is I work as a car mechanic on one of my friends. His friend's dad was a mechanic, and but the main reason for that is because it was summer and he was going to work there. And I told him that usually at summer I work also on things, and he goes, why don't you come with me with my dad? We'll fuck around, you know what I mean? I got him, yeah, fuck yeah. And I had started a little bit of auto mechanical things, and I was good at it, you know. I mean, it's simple. And again, at the beginning I was like, oh fuck, how am I going to do this? I was worried. I had my friend there to back me up, fair enough. And then as you do things, the thing in your mind is like, was that it? That always happens in life. 90% of times in life, you know what I mean? Some things are complex, okay, and then it becomes simple. And then you think to yourself, is that what I was worried about? Yeah. So because I've done this many times in my life, I would suggest to everybody not to get over worried about things. Things are quite simple. If you work hard and if you do it, no problem. So that's another job, like a short-term job, mechanic. We're actually fixing cars. The interesting thing about that was to find what the problem. So the guy was slowly teaching us, you know, when he does this, usually it's either this or this, and that was nice thing, you know, of troubleshooting. So I realized that I'm a things person, you know what I mean? I like to work with things, mechanical things, electrical things, you know, things. Like to solve things, like to piece the puzzle, let's say, together and everything. So that was another one of the jobs. And then another two jobs, which I'm not going to mention, like that's why I want to mention a couple of these small jobs, let's say, to get it quick so I don't make 100 fucking videos, each one, bore everybody. Another two of the jobs was, one was on a meat factory, packaging meats and stuff. I was in the factory in the fridge. Difficult job, very hard on my body because I was on the fridge all the time. A very dangerous job. You know, you have to learn how to handle the meat and everything. Hard conditions, you know what I mean? But I did find a way to make it my own. I did find a way to have a good time, let's say, and the break time and everything. And that's the lesson from there. No matter how hard your job is, if psychology-wise you're able to manage this, you're going to have a much easier time. And then other job, which was difficult again, was on a fish shop. On that job, I was more the delivery guy. We used to go in the morning really early because that's where we used to do all the routes. The meat, all the chicken, the fish, sorry, was already packaged, pre-processed from the workers in the factory. My job was to load it up, put the orders together. Put them in order inside the truck. The truck was like a big van with a fridge. It was the first time that I got in a truck like that. I was again scared at the beginning. I could not see behind on my mirror. I thought, like, when you can't see from your mirror, you think you're blind, you know what I mean? But again, I managed, no problem. And the reasons why I left those jobs are many different ones. Some of it was because of people were not appreciative. Some of them because of the bad conditions. Some of them because of low pay. Some of them were because it was just meant for a small period of time. You know what I mean? Like my friend on his shop, we said summer. It was 3 months, I worked for that. That's it. After that, it's gone. And some of these jobs I've done multiple times. Like on the paper bag factory that I worked like 4 or 5 summers there. Every summer they took me back. So if you leave a good impression, you know what I mean, they will want you back. That's another thing. As a temp. So this is it for the video. I would like to thank everybody for your time and your patience. Love everybody. Keep it positive. And we'll talk soon, guys. We'll talk soon. Bye bye.